Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Good morning. And dare I even ask how we're doing today, guys? How we doing? Oh, we're going to do that?
Somewhere, Michael Jordan is chuckling because he knows there's really only one king. There's one GOAT of all time. There's really only one best player on the planet ever, and it's that guy who created that shoe that will live forever.
And that guy got swept in the first round in those very shoes that you have on the table.
When he was scoring 63 a game,
He called it an L, though.
And by the way, just for the record, last night, I didn't win just one case or two cases. I won 7 more cases of Diet Mountain Dew from my friend Shannon Sharp. I want to thank you for my 3rd swimming pool of Diet Dew that I'm going to build down in my little shanty down in the Beverly Hills Flats. Right?
Oh,
I thought I was close. I thought I was going to get to 33 points, though, Skip. I was close. I was close.
You were close to 33, but 7 threes?
You could maybe
he took
let
10,
him off the hook
he made 3
for today. And Shannon, do you have anything else you want to say, or should I just get into this?
Go ahead.
Get into it.
Go
Guys, it was not a Hollywood ending for LeBron and company last night. Anthony Davis tried to play through a groin strain, but only lasted 5.5 minutes as the Lakers, yes, the Lakers, fell to the Suns 113-100. LA trailed by 22 after the first quarter and by as many as 29 in the game. LeBron finished with 29 points. Just not enough there, Shannon, on 11 of 26 shooting that included 3 of 10 from long range. Shannon, what percent of the blame does LeBron deserve for the closeout loss? I know this one was tough for you.
I'm not giving LeBron. I'm not really. It's the injuries. AD played 36 games, which is half the season. LeBron played basically a third of the season, missed 27 games. And Skip, you give up, let a team shoot 10 or 13. And you know the guy, really, there's only one guy that can really beat you. It's Devin Booker. And for some reason, they're like, you know what, Book, go ahead and, get off. I mean, they shot 10 of 13 in the first quarter. They were doomed. I mean, 36-14. Now, we've seen them have a 10-point quarter, a 14-point quarter, a 15-point quarter. You're not beating anybody. And at the end of the day, Skip, this is a 2-7 matchup. It probably should have only gone 5 games. 2-7, because that's how big a lopsided it's supposed to be. But it just goes to credit what people thought of LeBron and what he's capable of doing, that he would a lot of times was favored, even though he was in the 7th seed and he was playing a 2 seed. But Skip, it's just hard to place anything other than injuries. And when we saw the game, we talked about AD. I said, Skip, you had this injury. I've had this injury. You're not playing no NBA game with no groin injury.
You did say that.
I say you're not getting.
And you were absolutely, utterly, unequivocally right.
Skip, a lot when I'm talking about injuries with other players, a lot of time I've had those injuries. I've had groin and hamstring and quad and calf injuries, fractured eye sockets and broken collarbones, so I can speak. And I like to think I got a very high pain tolerance. He ain't playing with that. First of all, you can't move. You can't move side to side. You saw how he was moving.
Plus, this isn't about pain tolerance. Once it's pulled, and you got no shot.
Yeah,
go ahead.
You can see the way we're walking on the court, Skip. So for me, I just wish, and I think that really turned things around. Because I'm not saying they would have won this game had AD not played.
Yep.
But, now all of a sudden AD plays, 2 minutes into the ball game, and now you got to bring someone else in. I don't know why Frank Vogel made that adjustment. Skip, Marc Gasol cannot play the high pick and roll. What did they do constantly last night? High pick and roll. Guys getting wide open threes at the top of the key. That's not his strong suit. I get it. He can space the floor. But what he might give you offensively, he more than takes away defensively. So for me, Skip, look, Book and Crowder, they went crazy in the first quarter, blew the ball game open. Sure, I would have. And I thought someone texted me last night and said, well, how many shots you think LeBron needs to take? I say he needs to take at least 25, but he needs to shoot like 60-65%. So I know if he's going to make 16, that's 18, 19 of 26 shots for the Lakers to have a chance. And it wasn't even close to that, Skip. They made a valiant effort, try to come back, cut it to 10. I thought if they could have hit one of those threes, maybe get it to 7, put a little bit more pressure, but give the Suns credit. What do they do? Come down 3, 2, 2. So what could have been a 7-point lead, all of a sudden back up to 17. But I can't put any blame on LeBron. LeBron didn't play well, but I'm not so sure had he played well. He would have need to be 20, what was that, his last year in Cleveland, where he did what he did against Boston, what he did against Indiana, what he did against some of those games of Toronto, Skip. I just don't know if he's able to put those type of games together over a period of time anymore. That might be a thing of the past, and so that's why I'm saying I believe he needs more help.
So
yes, I'm saying
when we boil this down to the percent of blame, Shannon Sharpe is assigning
40.
to LeBron James. Oh,
40.
you went to 40. I thought you were going to go 0.
No, 40%. I give him 40%.
Okay, all right. Well, that's better than you,
No,
you said
he got,
none.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, 40%. I give him 40.
Okay. I need context here.
Okay.
I need to remind everybody that the Lakers were a 3-point favorite at home. I need to remind everybody that on yesterday's show, you picked the Lakers to win that game.
Yes.
So your context was you expected them
Yes.
to win the game, and that was before we had any thought that Anthony Davis would even try to step on the floor.
I had removed him from the equation. I didn't factor that in.
All right, so we have to keep our bar set way up here because you continue to call LeBron, just for the record, the best player on the planet, correct? And he is the absolute, no doubt, no debate GOAT, in your opinion, correct? Okay, so we got all that as our context for the fact that he deserves 75% of the blame for what didn't happen last night at Staples Center.
Okay.
I'm going to start with Anthony Davis. I give him high marks as a guy who, as I call him, AD, always dinged. There's always something with him. I have wondered about his pain threshold, but to his credit, to his team's credit and how much he cared about his team, you have to give him high marks for saying, I'm just going to go out there. If I have to just walk around on the court, which is basically what he was going to have to do. They said even at shoot-around, Schroeder said he couldn't even, like, walk.
Right.
Okay? And so I say, thank you for trying. You win some new respect from me for at least trying to go out there and do something. And he didn't even take a shot in his, was it 5.5 minutes?
5.5 minutes.
Okay? And he got a rebound, I think, and had 1 assist. So, okay, bully for you. He tried to play a little bit of defense, but that's where it really got him, because when he tried to go with Book down the lane, he can't, he just, you're asking it, and it's going to say, no, sorry, no, we're done.
And what do basketball players have to do, Skip? They have to side lateral. Side to side. How you going to do that?
It's about half the battle is side lateral. Okay. So when I heard our man Chris Haynes say at the beginning of the game last night, obviously he was on TNT, that Lakers doctors had cleared him, saying he couldn't hurt it any worse. I sat back and thought, you can't hurt it any worse?
Can.
Are you
tear it
kidding
off the bone.
me? What are you talking about? You can hurt it 10 times more.
You absolutely can.
You can tear it so badly, it could be a 6-month
They have
rehab.
to go reattach it. Yeah, absolutely
Right?
you can. Yes.
Okay, so I didn't get that. And I don't really understand how he was cleared. I think he just cleared himself. I think he just said, look, I can do this. And finally, Vogue said, or somebody, maybe it went all the way up to Jeannie Buss, said, just let him go. Let him try.
Right.
Okay, so now we get back to the Willis Reed syndrome, and I know a lot of our younger viewers don't know this, but in 1970 in the NBA Finals, this is the all-time epic classic, Game 7, Willis Reed had torn a thigh muscle.
Yeah, he tore his quad.
Yeah, it's the quad. It's like the Tony Parker injury.
Yes.
We've seen Charles Barkley.
And Kawhi.
And Kawhi. He had a thigh bruise, actually. But the point was he did that in Game 5. He missed Game 6. So now it's Game 7 at Madison Square Garden against Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, and the Los Angeles Lakers. And he stuns the Lakers by hobbling onto the floor for the tip-off. He was the regular season MVP and the All-Star Game MVP, just to keep this in context. And he went ahead and played it. I'd forgotten. The lore had it in my mind that he only lasted